Hello everybody, it's Harbinger. This is Wingspan on Steam. We're playing the Asia expansion, and this is our opening hand. Painted white start gives food in the early game. That's pretty darn good, so I think you're gonna keep that. It even helps us out with the first round angle, which is nice. It actually helps out with all of the round angles, so yeah, this is a really good bird for us to pick up. What more are we looking at here? Swayzen's Hawk is okay. It's a decent chance to hit additional points in the grasslands, so let's consider keeping this. Villet is not something I'm crazy about, but it's very cheap, gets us to the second column, and getting tempo is pretty okay. Grey Wagtail. If you used all 4 types of action this round, gain 2 food from the supply. I think that's a pretty good ability. It basically is the same ability as the Painted White Start, but it's like 2-3 activations during the round, and we can't use it. I mean, it doesn't. The final one doesn't matter because you can't play birds after the 4th round. But yeah, I think it's an okay ability. I haven't tried it out yet, but it will like guarantee that you can start the next turn with playing a bird. And I think it's at the best home in a deck where you have other, if you used all 4 action types of birds, that also lets you play another bird at the end of the turn. Let's pick up the Willet here as well, because it's decently cheap. Birds that eat rodents, okay, that actually makes Swayzen's Hawk even better. I think that is going to be the correct decision here. And this is our opener. We could also maybe bring the Self-Crested Cockatoo, but for this guy to be good enough, we would need to tuck cards to him at every activations, and we just don't want to activate the wetlands more than necessary to pick up cards, because we don't have good stuff in the wetlands. So yeah, that's my decision-making reasons here. And then we just play out the Willet as the first thing we are doing, I think. And I think we are considering to pick up the Grey Wagtail if it's still there at the end of the round. And for turn, I mean, because it's gonna give us 6 food we can use over the course of the game. Yeah. We can pay for it with the food we get of the Painted White Start, and I do think we are in such a game where we need to activate stuff in all habitats. But let's take this one first, Mallard. So like, if we activate... So to compare these two birds, if we activate the wetlands with a Mallard 6 times over the course of the game, this guy will give us 6 cards over that course of the time. But this guy will also give us 6 food over the course of the same time, without having to force us to use this time more than 3 times. Yeah. Mallard can be okay though, because we do need to find the stuff we actually care about playing. So oh, a barn swallow. I am much more eager to have a barn swallow than to have a Mallard. This guy can help us cycle cards in the grasslands, meaning that we can get access to a lot more, that we can look at a lot more cards without having to go to the wetlands and activate the Willet. So, and while looking at more cards, we also get to do more stuff. I'm also going to check what the opponent has in their forest for the tree, but I think we are going to do the Eurasian Sparrowhawk. Yes, that's a great card for us. And also take the Barn Swallow here. And now we have a decent chunk of card resources. Some we can play out, some we don't have to play out. And those we don't want to play out, we can either talk to the sparrowhawk, we can cycle them to the barn swallow. So I am confident that we should have an okay game ahead of us here. Spend the nectar to play out the white start. Then we can actually we should have played the barn swallow over here first, because if it pops up something in the tray we really want to pick up, now we can pick it up with while laying eggs. Anyways, we need some food to play out the grey wagtail, and I think that we will just focus on getting that thing going, and also take a rodent for the Swainson's hawk. And we need to activate here, so we are allowed to get free stuff off the grey wagtail. Tuck and cycle the Millard to pick up a little bustard. And now we just need to decide where we want to play the grey wagtail. I think it's going to do the most useful to be over here. That way we can, because we are the cards are where we are struggling to get enough additional resources from. We're getting additional foods here and from this guy. And if we get up to here, we can cycle some of the nectars we're getting to draw 3 cards, so we don't have to go here as often. And I think that's an okay decision to make here.
Gray wagtail. Wagtails constantly move their tails up and down as they forage in the rocky areas and rivers.
Yes, they do. All right, we did that. That means we can get 2 resources from the supply. And let's just not take nectars because they get removed immediately. I think we should try to maybe get the food we need for the little bustard. Maybe we want to take the food we need for the Swainson's hawk. We shouldn't take worms from such things because of reasons. Because we get them for free off the painted white start. But yeah, okay. Opponent picked up piloted woodpecker. That means they're gonna give us free eggs into star nests. So we need to be aware of that. At the same time, we also want to pick up this northern goshawk. So I think I will be trying to do that, and I will be doing that by sacking if we sack an egg, we lose out on an opportunity to go here. We can lay the little bustard and pick up the northern goshawk with this guy. I'm also considering a common grackle, but I think it's just going to be too expensive for us to. It's going to be too expensive for us to give cards to him, because we aren't gaining card draw elsewhere, which kind of is an argument to not pick up the goshawk as well, but he only needs 2 cards over the course of the entire game, while the grackle needs a card every time it's activated, and falconer as well. Yeah. This is now a 9-pointer plus 2 more points for these 2 third cards. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Those sorts of words. So, how do we progress from here? We do want to play out these guys. We want to play them for tucked cards. So we kind of also want to spend eggs or nectars here to get as many cards as possible at the same time. I think we just start off by taking some nectars here then. Also gets us the worm for the Swainson's hawk. Now we can draw several cards here several times. Cards we don't need we can sack over here to get back more stuff. Yeah. Do we like the silvery eye? We might like the silvery eye. Getting nectars is great. Opponent also getting nectars is not that great, but do we really care that much? I don't think we need the additional food. Just leaving it there, offering the opponent the possibility to give us nectars is also pretty okay, I think. Small mini bet. Play 1 additional birds in your forest. You may ignore 1 worm or 1 egg in its food cost. Okay. Fish crow. Okay. And roll some dice and actually cage a fish there, Willet. Good on you. Okay, there we have a free egg. Thank you very much. That means we can now play out the Swason's hawk over here, and he will give us the option to cage 2 cards into here and get even more eggs. I didn't mean cage, but yeah, you know, yeah, you understand what I'm talking about. Trade. It's called trade eggs. Trade resources for eggs. And eggs is the resource we are mostly running short of. Oh, thank you for another egg. Maybe we don't need to lay eggs ourselves here. We can actually now do small minivet into the Northern Goshawk by sacking these 2 other guys. Is that something we are eager about? It does help a lot, because that will allow us to just be one, then have the possibility to play the Duration Sparrowhawk here. But we're gonna need some more cards down the road. It also helps winning this round and goal. Let's do the small minivet into the Duration Sparrowhawk first, and just cage 1 of the cards. Then we can trade 1 of the other cards to get more food that we can use to draw more cards. I think that's a slightly more optimal route here. So we do that, eat that egg.
Small minivet. Minivets often join mixed species flocks in the forest canopy, where they forage for insects.
And we are gonna ignore the egg to play out the Duration Sparrowhawk for tucking the fish crow. And now we have an acorn woodpecker we can sacrifice to gain more food, which means that we have more resources to draw cards in the start of the next turn. And I think that that's a priority I am prioritizing. So ideally we would get 1 nectar here, but if we can't get a nectar, it's also okay. And we do get a nectar, yes. That nectar is going to be key for drawing 1 additional card here. So that's the reasoning behind that. And we get some more eggs. Thank you very much. And discarding the nectar. Not you know, we are taking many-colored fruit of Rufus Banded Honey Eater and a white-breasted wood swallow. Okay, roll some dice, get some tough luck. No birds. No! No! I keep on forgetting those birds. So sorry about that. You guys are probably screaming at me, but the wall of sound was too loud. I couldn't hear you back in time, and I forgot that we had this guy that gave us additional food at the end of the rounds. Sorry about that. We could have had a lot more food, we could have played out a lot more stuff. We could have spent that food to get 2 more eggs here. And it's probably the sane thing to do anyway, to spend the food we do have. We spend the grain, spend the worm, and put some eggs into the forest. That's annoying, but it is what it is. Let's cycle the Rufus Banded Honey Eater, at least try to click it, And we take the audience skull. Really good bird, but it's too late in the game for it to matter. We can't play enough or activate this guy enough times for it to be worth spending your time to do so, because we need to first play it out and then activate here, and that's 2 action cubes just to get 1 more point on it. And yeah, like, we're playing this guy out because he gives us 5 points in itself, 2 more points for the tucked cards, 2 more points for the falconer, and 2 more points for the relentless. This is 11 points. And this guy needs to be activated 10 times. That's every time, every turn for the remainder of the game for it to work. And yeah, it's just never going to catch up, even though it's going to give us additional resources. This is costing us resources. Don't I'm not blind on that, but it's also gaining us access to more resources up here, so I think it's fine to allow ourselves to spend 4 resources and getting 11 points. That's 3 cards and 1 action cube. Yeah. Now, let's take some food and draw some cards. Then we get 3 food from you again. And hopefully we... I don't think we're gonna need the fruit of, so we can sack that to get some more good stuff over here. Don't need to draw those, because we get those for free at the White Start. And yeah, the dream is to get more birds that are working or are we're getting additional points from these 2 guys, but they also have to be worth some amount of points in of themselves. Hooded Warbler is a bird that's also already worth stuff, so we can pick that. Sapsucker is not going to be it. Let's discard. We can play out the Warbler with Nectar now, so let's discard an egg instead. Discard out of this guy. Cassin's Sparrow, not too excited about that pickup either. Montagu's Harrier. Again, usually I don't like these birds because they cost you stuff to play, but this guy is actually worth 4, 6, 8 points. Plus whatever he is replacing. He's not replacing anything because we're just playing out, but it's 8 points, so that's okay. Is it okay enough? I think it's okay enough. We do need both of these rodents to play him, but we can afford to keep both of those rodents around. Look at this guy, just a little bit too large. Cycle the Cassin's Sparrow here to pick out Montagu's Harrier. And if we get Historian as well, this is even 2 more points. I think that's relatively unlikely since I don't have any plans of... Why didn't I put the eggs into these guys? Oh god, I'm losing 3 points on that and a 6-point swing. Apparently I don't have the day today, but that's fine. I don't have to be an expert all day, every day, but it's a little bit annoying when I intend to make a good plays and just get completely distracted by, some amount of synergies. It's gonna take fish and rodents since they are common foods for falconer birds. And we're gonna hope that we have some amount of stuff we can do towards the end of the game here. That guy that was disappeared could have been really good for us, but it's disappeared, so we can't pick it up. We don't care about activating this guy at this end of the round because we can't use that food for anything, so no need to pick up any more cards. But we do care about cycling to the barn swallow so we can get more cool stuff. But let's just play out the Harrier here. I don't want to replace anything, so I'm just going to pay the food cost and play it out here. I have actually played this bird before. Okay, that's neat to know. I was like thinking, this bird might have a sound bite because it's one of the birds I rate really low when it comes to whether or not I actually play them out or pick them up at any point. Okay, lay 4 eggs, look at a card that's small enough, and cycle this sapsucker into a bullfinch that can't be played either, because we have a full forest. Then we're gonna discard a food again, or maybe we're not discarding food just yet. Because if we pick up stuff we want, let's discard a food. We might get some stuff from the opponent as well. Taking points when you can is usually a good idea. Cycle the bullfinch into a red kite. This one can be used to replace something. Do we have anything replaceable? We kind of can replace the white start. But we're gonna lose 2 eggs if we do that, which is pretty bad. So it's basically... if we had the food on... if I'd had the eggs on any different bird, it could have been good. But we can... no, because you have tucked cards. I'm actually curious how this guy interacts with stuff like the barn swallow that has tucked cards. Because if we can tuck it to him and he becomes the 6th tucked card in this stack, then it's okay. Let's test it. Let's test how this works. It's 4 points in of itself. It gets 2 more points from Falconer, 2 more points from Rododentalist, so it's an 8-pointer. That turns this one into a 0-pointer, but gives 1 more point from the stack, so it's basically a 8-point play to do so. And that's more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points we could have gotten from activating this guy in a different way. So yeah, I think we try this and see whether or not this guy gets replaced or not. This is the first time in the history of Wingspan I have played 2 of these birds in the same game. I'm pretty sure of it. Okay, so yeah, it turns it into a 6th stacked card. Okay, that's really nice to know. Okay. And that's the end of the game here. Yeah, I think we did make some bad decisions throughout the game that led to us not having not having as much payout from this guy as we could have had. But I do think it's interesting that we had a game here that led me to play 2 birds I never play in the Harrier and the red kite. So I'm excited to see how many points we actually get here. We are having a decent chunk of points from birds played, and we are gonna have a decent chunk of points from the 2 bonus cards, because we have so many triggers of the same cards, because Falconer and Rododentalist are really good at triggering the same birds, making them be worth a lot. Ooh, yeah, 123. That's not a bad score. And just playing both the red kite and the Montagu's Harrier is something I never do. But yeah, we didn't have the sound bites, so apparently I have played them earlier. I maybe did play them just to unlock all of the bird cards. But yeah, exciting to see that the game turned out in a way that made me actually consider this. And yeah, with that, I would like to say thank you guys for watching. This has been Harbinger, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.